phenomenal. I still make a freaking mean espresso. I don't know what it is. It's genetic, maybe. It's at the very least, it's a genetic disposition that is expressed regularly. Lisa took the kids to go see Wrinkle in Time. I had to stay home. Now you might ask, had to stay home, Sid? Why would you have to stay home? You're gonna find out. Done. There's a little bit of a breeze, so I just had to go back into my studio and get this thing. What you guys don't see is that this thing goes on my microphone on occasion if it's windy, and so that's what's happening right now. When I stopped the podcast in December, I remember telling Lisa, I was like, I used to record Monday nights, so now Monday nights I'm gonna play music. Instead of doing the podcast, I'm gonna get back into the studio and play some music. That has happened 0 times in the last 3 months. And what I want to talk about this week is how quickly, it's like we have this thing, I have this podcast that I was spending hours every week, but on Monday night, at least an hour to 2 hours, hour to record, plus the editing and everything else, stopped it. So in theory, I've got that 1 to 2 hours free. I mean free, because I had it thing and it's gone. It's just empty. And how quickly, if we're not paying attention, it gets filled in, whether we like it or not. So take a wild guess what I had to do. I had to start kind of from scratch again as a small stepper and decide what was going to be my music step. And it's just, I'm either just, and I've been doing this a long time. I've been a small stepper. I'm living my life as a small stepper. You'd think I'd just kind of get back into music and just pop it right back in there. So it either means that I'm just can't get this together, or, and I think this is actually more the thing, I'm a pretty normal human being in the modern world. If we don't watch out, decisions will be made for us as to how we spend our time and the things that we do. And it wasn't like, the family was demanding. Nobody was saying, you can't do music, you have to do this instead. It's just, I get home and it's not on my radar, and I just don't go in and play music until I said, okay, I want to do this, so how can I get this done? I set a step, 10 minutes on any night, and lo and behold, this week, I got in there, ended up staying for longer, had a great time. I got a little writing done, it was just exactly what I'd hoped it to be. One of the challenges I have with communicating my approach, and I have many challenges communicating my approach, there are things about my life that are scheduled by the world. When I drop my kids off at school, pick them up, Lisa, when she does that, my work schedule, basketball games on Saturdays, things that are scheduled for me. Anything else that I want to do in my life, I have to step into my life and say, I'm going to schedule that. I'm going to make that happen. If I don't, there is a 99.978% chance it will not get done. This is that kind of weird thing where, in a way, diets are great. They're kind of less stressful because somebody says, just eat this on day 4 and day 5, and we're like, cool, man, just give it to me. Tell me what to do. No problem, just tell me what to do. The problem is that we then never learn the tools to sort of continue these behaviors on our own and actually do them long enough to make any friggin' difference. But it is pretty nice to have somebody just hand you that stuff and say, do this on this day and this on this day. It's less comfortable to realize, oh wait, I have the responsibility and I'm accountable for my own actions. That doesn't feel as good in the short term, feels a ton better long term, because when you realize that, then you take on your own life and start making decisions that really benefit you and your entire family and your entire world. But that's the challenge of the approach is, I don't want to tell you what to do on day 4. I don't want you to even ask what to do on day 4. I want to equip people with the tools to know what they're going to do on day 4 and through day infinity. And that's the challenge. But in my own life with this music step, I had to kind of just realize, nobody's going to do this for me. I have to do it yet again, and had to step in and say, what is it going to be that gets this done? It wasn't obviously simple enough for me to say, well, just do it in the podcast time. For whatever reason, I don't know, I don't care. I'm not going to analyze that. I just want to get the music done, and it's part of my overall approach these days to sort of negotiate how many ideas are just filling up my brain. Once I stopped the podcast, it's been kind of an influx, and it's a weird thing again, to be kind of floating around. I haven't landed yet, but I've had ideas of maybe a new kind of podcast to do, and it's kind of cool. So just kind of hanging with that. But it was interesting that I had to re-implement my own small steps approach. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to show you why I had to stay home. And I will preface this by saying this was yet again, and if you knew my history with Lisa, this is kind of a pattern in our lives, but this was 0% planned. Like, not planned. It just, I'll tell you the story in a second, but first I got to show you this. Look at this. Look at this. Here, show me your face. Look at that. Look at that. That's Prim. That's Prim. Totally surprised. And we were down in Point Reyes. You guys saw the video last week. And we did a family photo session at this place. The Milo Foundation, this pet rescue, had a little setup. They were showing some dogs. I walked up there innocently with the kids to look at some dogs. Oh, cute, cute. This one turned and looked at me, and I went, ah, crap. And then Lisa had a separate experience like 5 minutes before. And next thing you know, we're driving back from vacation with this little chicken, and she's now part of the family. And I gotta stay home. Got a freaking newborn. She's 3 months old or so. Okay, so there you go, Prim. I mean, how freaking cute is she, seriously? All right, you guys, going in to hang out with that chicken. Take care of yourselves this week so that you can take good care of others. And I'll leave you with her full name. In case you were wondering, Sid, who named Prim? Her entire name is Primrose Everdeen Garza-Hillman. Here's who definitely didn't name her.